Hi everyone, this is Tiny the Lady Strange. Welcome to day 28 of 31 Days of Strange. Just a few days to Samhain, Halloween, my favorite day of the year. This year, I was not as blessed as I have been for well over a decade and a half of getting it off to be able to perform my rituals, hand out to trick-or-treaters, etc. So and of course, do my reverence, respect, and my magic and planning for the Samhain New Year as I celebrate that specifically in my practice and also marry it with my mundane. I do officially do a different part for the New Year. But let's proceed on that. I still get out. It's my early work day, so that's going to be a blessing. I will still spend time with my husband, trick-or-treater. Being right around the new moon the next day, I'll be able to celebrate the day after because I got that off. So I take my blessings and the things I willed, at least to the best of my advantage and ability, to take that to move forward and use and be resourceful. And that leads into, for today, day 28, you see I'm wearing my lovely fern crown. And you can't see it, but I do have my lovely, it's not completely buttoned up, but I do have my lovely, beautiful, I call it my official witch gown, my official witch garb. It's a beautiful, long, ankle-length dress made of silk with inlaid butterflies that I got in these pearls. It's very Victorian inspired, very witchy, makes me feel empowered, and of course is just an example of this time of year where I can I do every day fully embrace myself as a witch, and my gifts, my abilities, and how I'm incarnated in this vessel and this life. But it also is just more the spooky season, as they say, and it's a little bit more acceptable. Who cares about acceptance, honestly? But I guess it's a bit more prevalent, let's just say that. And today, even I'm pre-filming actually this on Saturday, so actually on the 26th, so I have this quick few moments to do this for Monday, which is going to be for today, the 28th, well, the 28th, that you'll be seeing this. And you're hearing probably some of the rain in the morning things before I go to a card reading, to an event that marries some of my favorite things of the sci-fi and horror genres, and a garage sale. So I get to see a lot of crafts and other people's artistic ability. So again, getting back to the main topic, because it does actually all marry in, and why I'm wearing my fern crown that shows my sovereignty. And that is to get into a quick my gnosis and my view on personal sovereignty. Now, this is not just sovereignty as a witch, a practitioner, an occultist, or even a spiritualist, or whatever path you may or may not follow in regards to spirituality. It's also as a woman and a man, or however you may identify with. That doesn't actually matter when it comes to sovereignty. It's just I'm a female and I identify as a female and the dark divine feminine, but I do embrace my aspects of the divine masculine. You have to marry both. It helps to stay rooted in the day-to-day life and in magic. Can't have light without dark, dark without light, without the masculine and feminine. That's just not gender. That is actually energetic roles. So I've learned a lot, especially from Samhain 2024 to approaching Samhain 2025. I've learned and experienced a lot of lessons that's helped me with my personal sovereignty. And that's also with wearing my crown here, with not just for the event and being in this, but wearing my crown, and with reverence and gratitude and respect for myself and how far I am, what I've overcome. And that means overcoming traumas, learning from things that I thought maybe would have came to be and did not, but learning the lessons and trying to embrace and move through those. Also to give myself grace and compassion through those often daily difficult things, whether they're in a small or a large measure. and even in things as a practitioner, a witch, and into the occult. I also learned many more lessons about that this year, about magic and intention. And as much as you may want something or think you may want something, and how much energy, thought, which I put a lot of that into, you know, thought, that means overthinking and such, that actually I learned some various lessons in my 30 plus years of officially practicing as a practicing witch. So I've learned about that. But I also learned, besides being in this and doing the Black Lent Challenge, which I'm still working through and looking forward to the next one in 2025, I've learned a lot about personal sovereignty and how that plays a role in my practice and as a woman, and experiencing the mundane in my relationships. Because often in the world, I felt less than too, and I know I'm not less than, and I've made great leaps of faith and perception of myself and how I embody myself, present my truth, and having courage and stepping up for myself. With my last job and just over the years, my chronic illnesses, which I've mentioned before in many of my videos, I kind of let life beat me the fuck down. And I gave in, and I played a large part of that, and I'm accountable for that. And I've acknowledged it. I've acknowledged it before, but I took 100% more of that, which has helped me to face my truth. But it also, sovereignty means facing your truth, presenting your truth. Your uniqueness is your power, whether or not you're a witch or you are a magician or a cultist. Just embracing your individuality and loving yourself and accepting yourself and recognizing those small wins and even the big ones that you have made and how far you are differently from the person you may have been even a year ago, 5 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, depending on your age, your circumstances, and experience and wisdom. Personal sovereignty to me too means advocating for yourself in a healthy way, and realizing your boundaries. I still have a lot of fucking issues with my boundaries. But again, I'm being honest, integral. What you see is what you get in different aspects and facets of myself on this channel. And this is much for myself, this channel is. But in being in the sovereignty and wearing my crown, this does help me when I put this on. It serves as a reminder. It kind of brings out that aspect of being prideful. Makes me feel powerful and empowered, and reminds me of how intellectual, resourceful, powerful, and that means as a witch, and how much I'm in touch with my gifts and the earth and the universe and the spirits and the dead. How much I have to offer the world, and I guide others and heal others through my divination and my practice. How much I heal myself and through all the previous traumas and what I'm repressing, which again is a big fucking thing in my life. Many people have had it way worse and do have it worse than me, but we each see and experience things and have to deal with them in our own perspective way. And I also do say with that, if you need help, get your support system or reach out. There are hundreds of resources out there that you can look into. Mine is those friends and family that I do have, my amazing husband, the spirits and guides I work with, and the deities that I work with and walk with. And also the tarot, crystals, and different oracle things. And of course, the other witches in my life that inspire me, listen to me, and remind me of who I am and our relationship and how I perceive the world. So sovereignty is about wearing your crown. I do see, though, that when I do wear this at events, other people look at you like, what the hell? I used to look at that too, like, why the hell are you wearing a crown? Who the hell do you think you are? But you know what? I think that's because they don't recognize their own sovereignty or divinity, because I know I sure as hell did not. And now that I see those that wear it proudly, effectively, whether it's for fun or for truth, power, or rulership, or costume, whatever the case may be, I do see that now as being more open and receptive, and maybe seeing beyond my initial perception, but deeper with my energy and my intuitive gifts, but also marrying the rational and the intuitive together. That also brings in true sovereignty. And your reality. Don't be toxic, or toxic positivity, should I say, affects all of us on different levels. You can't be a negative Nelly, as they say, because I can often be in that. And again, that's another thing I admit, and my overthinking and perception of myself does affect my sovereignty. But again, being in your sovereignty is showing up for yourself, showing up for what you want, your relationships, recognizing where you need to grow, heal, and let go, and advocating for yourself. And if you are a practitioner, having faith in yourself, knowing that being confident and courageous, your practice and your spiritual path does not have to look like anyone else's or the books or the movies you've read. It's all about gnosis, growth, and being your own self. Again, being authentic and being an individual for yourself, and me even recognizing that brings me to my sovereignty here, where I can wear my crown, my fern crown, here in my lovely backyard, and go and share my gifts. And yes, I have a huge fear of judgment, etc., but I've been working through that, and I made leaps and faith, as I said, especially in the last year. So that's funny how much time, effort, perception, learning, growth, and receptivity, and approaching things from different perspectives, like the Hangman, and looking at different things like in the tarot, and kind of moving through those tower and death cycle moments, which is a constant in my life. But doing the best you can, and recognizing that you're doing the best you can, and giving yourself that pat on the back, and just being your authentic self. There's no need to be fake and, oh, everything's all right. If you're having a bad day or a bad period of time, you're sad, you're depressed, you're angry, which I often am, all of the above, anxiety, the best you can do is to recognize that, feel that, acknowledge why, and learn, and also help those around you through that too, because we all affect each other in an energetic way, in an energetic resonance. So again, this is just a message about myself and how I feel about sovereignty and my PSA for the day, and I hope this finds you all well, and stay strange and stay magical.